Hey my friends, welcome. Congratulations, you've made it to video number 2. I'm excited to have you here. This is Mark McNeely, your cosmetology marketing coach. And I'm excited, guys, because you're going to learn some tips and skills that you probably never heard of before. And you're going to be excited, you're going to be amazed, and you're going to be able to really start implementing this stuff in your business to really build your clientele and just sell more products and services. So I'm excited for you. If you have not yet watched video number 1, which should be above this video, I highly recommend that you go back and do so. In that video, you're just going to learn a little bit more about me, my wife, my family, a little bit, how we all got started in the industry, and why I'm qualified to actually train and teach you, because that's the key. Am I qualified to train and teach you this stuff? And I am. And in video 1, you'll see the proof of a lot of the income that I've made of $8,000 to $10,000 months, selling products and services using the same techniques and information, all right, as well. So you're going to learn how marketing is marketing. Marketing doesn't change. Well, it does change, but marketing, it means the same thing. It doesn't matter what business you have, whether you're a small business, whether you're selling water bottles, whether you're selling jackets, coats, hair, nails, any service, barbers, it doesn't matter. Trying to sell a building, you can sell whatever you want. You can make money, as much of it as you want, as long as you learn the skills that are needed to be able to do that. So that's what video 1 is going to do, is just explain a little bit more about me. But let's rock and roll, guys. And this is going to be a 3-part training. There'll be one more video after this, I believe, because I want to try to chop these videos up in small portions so you guys don't get overwhelmed. All right, so let's get started. So success, we all want it. You guys probably, the reason why you're here is because you want success. Well, success starts with your ability to market effectively. That word effectively, I want you to meditate on that, because you got to be able to do this. You got to be able to market effectively. There's one thing to just market, but to do it effectively is the key, okay? And you must have a systematic way to gain new clients to introduce your products and services to. All right, you got to have a systematic way. Systems are the key to marketing effectively, okay? And a system, what that is just basically a step-by-step way to take a person from point A to point B, okay? That's all a system means. So I don't want you guys to think of a system as like a software or something, machine, something real technical. A system is just taking a person from step A to step B. And I'm going to explain how I do that and how you should start implementing what I'm going to be teaching you into your business to take a person from A to B, from A to B to C, and then into your salon. All right, it's really not hard. Very simple concept. And then I think video 3, I'm going to do a little bit more over the shoulder, kind of showing you guys a little more information on what that looks like and how that kind of works. All right, so also you want to reduce old marketing tactics that just don't work effectively. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we go. So you're here because you're struggling to get clients in the door. I don't care if you're a barber, stylist, you could be good. Some of the best stylists and barbers, they're struggling. All right, it's not about a recession, it's just about your inability to market effectively, okay? Because there are a ton of people out here that need your services and they would probably like your work, but they don't see you, they don't notice you, they don't even know you exist. So if you're waiting on walk-ins to find you, you can hang it up. That's the fastest way to fail in your business. If you're not marketing effectively, that's definitely a way to fail. Passing out flyers of your products and services to random people or strangers, guys, this is not a highly effective marketing technique. And here's why. I know some of you are going to argue this point with me. That's fine. We've passed out flyers. We've tested it, guys. It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work effectively. You may get a 1% or 1% response rate. And the reason why it doesn't work effectively, guys, is because you're basically, say you passed out 100 flyers, or let's say 500 flyers for the week or the month, okay, however long it took. Well, you have no way to follow up with these people. So basically what you're saying is that you're hoping and wishing and waiting on your prospects that you've handed these flyers or cards to, all right, to call you and to set up an appointment. And you don't want to run your business like that, because that's not effective marketing. Okay, so we're going to teach you how to do it effectively. All right, and so when we did this strategy, we struggled. We failed miserably. My wife, she struggled. She came home crying, kicking her shoes off. I'm tired. I've walked around college campuses. I've walked up to people in the malls. I was trying to show them my work. It didn't work. It's not effective, because what if all 500 people or all 100 people already had a stylist, or they have a salon that they go to? All right, so what's going to set you apart from them? Okay, other than your work. All right, you have to have effective marketing. All right, so walking up to people in the mall, handing out business cards, selling yourself short, dropping the prices of your services. Having on a flyer a discounted price, hoping that a person would call you or set up an appointment. In the client's mind or in that prospect's mind, it just makes you look desperate. Okay, that's just my opinion. You can agree or disagree. You don't want to do that. You don't want to sell yourself short, guys. You work too doggone hard to build an effective, profitable business to be selling yourself short, guys. All right, and ladies, sorry I use guys a lot. Hopefully no one gets offended, but you don't want to do that. Okay, you want to always keep your prices reasonable, but you want quality people. Okay, you want quality people. All right. Wishing others would spread the word about how good your products and services are. Stop worrying about them, because they may not ever do it. All right, and you got to be different. You want to stand apart from your competition. All right, if everybody else is passing out cards and flyers and putting out yard or roadside signs about their salon, you want to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And I know that may sound weird or funny, or it may not make sense, but you want to do the opposite. That is how you're going to stand out. And once we actually implement it doing the opposite of what everybody else were doing, guys, our stuff started exploding. Our business and salon is just started crushing our competition. All right, and if you're relying on the yellow page advertisement, then I'm just going to tell you right now, there's ways around that. You can save yourself a lot of money. You don't even need to do that if you've been thinking about it, and most people don't even do it the right way. All right, so if you've been thinking about these different ideas or things, or even if you've tried them and you're seeing that you're not getting the results, because it's not effective. All right, and that's what I mean by effective. And if you have a salon or a business, if you're a business owner and you have a high retention rate, meaning that your stylists are leaving because they're not able to make booth rent, guys, this is the information that they need. All right, you need to put this information in front of them to help them market effectively. Everything that you do, folks, needs to be effective. If you're going to send out a card, it needs to be effective. It needs to have a way that you can capture some information from these people. And I'm going to go more into that. So the first step is step one. This is what you need. Point blank. You're going to have to brand yourself. You probably have heard of that. Maybe you haven't. You want to have a website. You have to establish a website. You have to establish a brand for people to take you serious and really see that, okay, this is a real business. All right. You got to have that. And then you have to take that website and you have to drive your audience and traffic to your website. So you want to take your website, create a website. If you don't know how to do that, don't worry. We're going to have that. We're going to have something for you to help you, show you and teach you how to do that. But you want to have your website and you want to drive your audience from Facebook, YouTube, Google. You can use Bing to your website. Okay? You don't want to drive them to your phone. You want to drive them to your website. And using these different methods, guys, is powerful. YouTube is the number 3 most visited website in the world. Facebook is the number 2 most visited site in the world, and Google is the number 1 most visited website in the world. So you want to get traffic, and we're going to teach you, in more depth how to do all of this. Here later we have some special bonuses that we're going to offer you, where we go really, really more in depth on how to actually do this. But for the sake of this, guys, this is what you want to do. You want to have your website up first, get it created, and then number 2, you want to drive your traffic, your audience, to your website from these different platforms. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and for your final step of your marketing process, okay, is you want to have an email follow-up strategy. This is very, very important, and this is why, in past experience, using flyers as a marketing method, it just does not work. It's not effective, okay? In everything you do, as it relates to marketing, it needs to be effective, okay? Everything you do needs to have an effective way to get visitors and customers to you, okay? So again, first step is to have a website, promoting what it is, whatever it is. If it's a product, if it's your barber salon, barber shop, your skill set as a barber, nail technician, it doesn't matter what it is, makeup. You want to have a website to first brand who you are, so people can feel comfortable, get a chance to know you, look at a little bit of what you have to offer, and then you want to drive your audience to that, okay? And then after that, like I said, the final step would be is having a email follow-up strategy. And now when I mean email follow-up strategy, I don't mean your local email accounts like Yahoo and Gmail or Hotmail and stuff like that. What this is it's like a database that collects a person's name and email, okay? This is very essential, and I'll give you some examples of that in the last and final training video, which will be training video number 3. It'll be below this. But this is how we pretty much run business, guys. This is the way we do it. It's very effective. And the reason for this, I mean, many of you never have heard of an email follow-up strategy. This allows you to stay in contact with your consumer or your prospect, okay? So by collecting their first name or their name, email, you can also collect their phone number. You can call them, you can reach out to them. This is very, very effective, and you can send out information, discounts, specials, sell products to them because they're targeted. They want what it is that you have to offer. They're actually subscribing to what you have to offer. So this is an effective way versus passing out flyers and business cards. You're pretty much, when you do it that way, you're basically hoping and wishing and waiting on clients to give you a call. And you don't want to run your business like that. That is definitely not effective business, and it takes a long time to grow an effective business, okay, long term, and have longevity. It's just not an effective method, okay? I'm not saying that flyers and business cards don't work, okay, because we do have business cards, but when we use a business card, it is not our first initial contact with a prospect. We use a business card once the prospect is already in the door. We already have their information on the front end, okay? I hope that makes sense. So pretty much what I'm going to do next is I'm going to give you guys some examples of these strategies, which we just kind of talked about briefly. Some Facebook, I'm going to show you what it is we kind of do on Facebook. I'm going to show you some Craigslist ads of what we do kind of on to bring more business in. We'll show you our email follow-up strategy, like basically what it looks like, our database that holds our leads. All right, this is very powerful. Most people have a database of their clients' information, but it's pretty much once they get in the salon. But if you're struggling to get people to your salon, then it's kind of like you're not going to have this information. For those of you that do have some clientele but you want more, it's important to gather this information on the front end first, okay, and then have it on the back end as well. So you're having it for your availability and access on the front end. As soon as they opt in to get more information, you have it then, and then when they come to your salon, you'll have their client profile information, name, address, date of birth, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much the main 3 things that you need. Very simple. A lot of people overcomplicate things. It's not hard, but this is kind of like what we use. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is go ahead, click the link. It should be another link below in the next video, and this will be the last and final training that's going to put all of this together, okay? I just want to tie everything in so you guys can get a better understanding of why everything is needed, why you may be struggling, and you don't have to continue to struggle in your business. So take care, and there should be a link below on this page here that you'll go ahead and click and start your video training number 3.